Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Sunday morning. Well, we have a new year. And what do we have to look forward to? There's so many things to have to look for. My personal opinion, the United States of America is going to have the best year in the history of the United States, thanks to all the things that are happening. Well, Congressman Burchett, thank you for joining us on Sunday morning, and I hope you had a great New Year's evening.
It was always good. With my girls, and it was quiet, and I enjoyed it.
What are you're looking forward into 2026? What are you looking at?
I am looking forward to, of course, the upcoming year, legislation that I'm working on, and just moving forward, trying to fulfill more of President Trump's agenda of making America great again. I think we are great again, but I think we can get a lot better. Like you said, I think it could be the best year of our history if we can just follow through with some of this. A bill I'm working on, for instance, and I'll tell people some of the problems that we have with our country right now within Congress. It's this committee system. It's just so big, sir. You know, you've got Republican-controlled committees, and we'll have 50 staff members, and the Democrats will have 50 staff members, just because it's just become so big. And what I would like to see in the future was some kind of division of that into smaller groups, because you've got these committee staffers who've been there, and you put a new leader in, and they're so deep. It's kind of the troubles Trump is seeing with his with some of these departments like the FBI and all these others. He can fire the first 2 or 3 levels, but it's those down deep ones, those moles, if you will, or rat around the barn, as we say in East Tennessee. And I'll have a committeeman come in and tell me, a kid on the committee, a young person, say, "Oh, we'd love to move your bill forward, but there's really some problems, and some people, it just won't pass in the way it is." And then you say, "Well, what can we do?" And they say, "Well, we can do a study of it, and we'll study it for this year, and then we'll put it. And then when we get the results, we'll bring it back next year." And of course, my problem with that is those studies, I think they go into this warehouse like that final scene in the original Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, I've never seen one of those studies. That's why I quit voting for them. And so I have a bill, for instance. I've been working on this over a year, and apparently I didn't go to the meeting. It was apparently a classified briefing, but it's been released to the press, so I can talk about it now. That the Chinese will grab our genetic data from these genetic data sites. You send a swab off and get your DNA, and you find out, your ancestors were the king of England or something. Nobody was ever a horse thief. They're always in royalty. But anyway, they come back, and so what do they do with all that DNA data that's collected? Well, they sell it. They sell it on the open market. And who do you think buys it? The Chinese. And currently the Chinese, and they have been, working on a disease that would they buy our genome, is what it's called, and that's genetic history. And they're working on a disease to stop American women from to infect American women, of childbirthing years. So if you could figure out a way to do that, I mean, how our productivity would stop then. I mean, we'd be over. We'd be finished, because there wouldn't be. And it'd be the outsiders that have come in that are constantly causing problems. I mean, they have a long-term plan. And I've been working on that over.
Let me tell you something. You might be onto something, because the birth rate in Europe and the Western countries is down to like nothing, 1.1%.
You're correct.
And I don't know if they're putting something in our food, because some trillionaire believes that we have 8 billion people, too many people on the planet, or they're seeding the clouds, or I don't know what it is.
I don't either, but the Chinese, if they can figure out a way to do it, they'll own us, sir. And yet I can't get the bill out. of the committee. I'm going to see the chairman. I've had multiple meetings with this chairman, and are scheduled, and they always get canceled. But I'm getting ready to take it up with the speaker because I'm just fed up. I see the lobbyist involvement. And again, this is the type of issue, just like when I'm trying to defund the Taliban. We passed that bill with your all's help. You were a great proponent for defunding the Taliban, but it's stuck in the Senate right now. Why is it stuck in? Why is this not a national news story that we're sending $40 million a week to the Taliban? But this other bill, the genetic testing, we ought to be able to stop the selling of our genetic material to China because they are our enemy. Let's just be honest. They're not, they're going to, I don't really think they want to kill us. I think they're like a drug dealer who's successful. He doesn't want to kill anybody. He just wants to get everybody hooked on his goods, and he can keep them alive forever, and then he can just keep milking them. And I believe that's what China's doing to us. And I think that by doing so, they need to control our population a little bit and put us under their thumb. And then when you import the gutter of the world, and they're out here tearing it up, like in Minnesota where they're stealing from us, you just see it coming from both ends. So I would hope that maybe in the future we could get a little more control of that. And that's sort of what that's why he's done so many executive orders, because he knows he needs to do that, because if he waits on Congress, he's either party. It's just not in our nature to do too much.
You have the most common sense of any congressman or any legislator I know.
Well, don't tell that to the public, because that'll stop my contributions.
but you're more right than wrong.
They'll stop doing business with you. Excuse me. They'll go towards you. They'll say, "Man, Mr. Katsamatidis, he's lost his mind if he's saying that about Tim Burchett." But I appreciate it. I think common sense is something we are missing in Washington D.C.
Well, Congressman Burchett, may we be together a lot this year, and be both our families be healthy, and I hope I can introduce my grandson to your granddaughter. They're both almost a year old. How old is yours now?
No, I've got a daughter. I've got an 18-year-old. I talk about her as she's a little girl because I adopted her. My wife was a widow, but I hope I don't have a granddaughter yet, or I'm going to be shooting some boy out here on the farm. So.
Well, thank you so much, and God bless you, and God bless America.
Love you, brother. Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.